Hola, mi gente. Buenos dias. It's the crack. Oh, my computer just went on. The crack of dawn. It is Thursday, October 20th. How we feeling? I don't know why I'm acting this way. I need coffee. Okay. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? We're going to do the card of the day, a focus of intention. They've been having me at the crack of dawn like this. So let's get to it, right? I told you I was going to leave the deck here yesterday. The Halloween Oracle deck. We might as well. Remember, the Almighty Pineapple LLC is trademarked, copyrighted, and registered with 3 different classifications with the United States Trademark and Patents Office. Any duplication of my content without my permission is subject to legal recourse, is guided by my legal team. With that being said, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing to this channel. Thank you for sharing this video with someone who you feel needs it. We are going to be doing a card of the day for the next 24 to 48 hours, but it looks like it's been 24 hours lately. Does this count? Does this count? Fuck it. Let's make it count. Ooh, yeah, let's make it count. So this is just a card of the day, a focus of intention for the next 24 to 48 hours as directed by spirit, universe, whatever higher power you call upon. My job is not to push my belief system or try to convert you in any way, shape, or form to any belief system that I have. My job is to teach you how to have faith in yourself and you connect whatever the fuck you want, because that's none of my fucking business, because I'm not here to judge nobody. Anyway, with that being said, we already got the card of the day. I would love to work with you, but listen to that intuition no matter what. As always, your intuition is your superpower. As I always say, you know what? Everyone's born with intuition. Not everyone listens to it, as you can see the state of this lovely world. And the card of the day is called Midnight, the most magical hour of all, from the Halloween Oracle deck. So, what does Midnight say to us today, mi gente? The dark, it envelops me. The witching hour awaits. True magic and enchantment, and spells that change fates. The middle of the night, midnight, is the hour in which it's believed that ghosts, witches, ghouls, and magic are most likely to be active. Transition times, such as noon, the time between tides, or even dark moon, get traditionally powerful times for magical transformation. In some Christian traditions, the witching hours is seen as 3 a.m. because it is the opposite to the time that Jesus is said to have died at 3 p.m. But there is some consensus that midnight is also the time of greatest magic, particularly around Halloween, also known as Samhain. As soon as the clock strikes midnight on Halloween, it is said that the spirits flow forward through the veil and, if benevolent, bring positive messages. If not so benevolent, they are mischievous and play tricks at best, or at worst cause havoc, confusion, and chaos. Allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness at midnight. You may feel it is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know, too, that it is important to recognize that we also have darkness within us, just as we have light. And this isn't something to hide from. Ooh, I love this card, and I'm so glad this card came up. People have a tendency to think darkness is evil. I have a quote that I've been saying for years, and a lot of people have repeated my quote, and it's cool. They've given me credit. I love that. Tag a bitch when you pop one of my quotes. That's all good. And the quote is, not all darkness equates to evil, and not all light equates to good. Now, a while back, if you've been following me on Instagram, I posted a while back, I got a wolf tattoo on the back of my right calf, like the wolf walking behind me, like watching. The wolf is facing towards behind me, watching my back. Now, the wolf that I have is very dark, and that is my love wolf. According to Native American mythology, there is a story of 2 wolves, a love wolf and a fear wolf. And the one that grows and gets bigger is the one that I feed. And I have a thing with fear, and I used to live in fear all the time, to the fact that I actually have this quote tattooed. I know you guys probably can't see it, but it's written in script, cursive, and there's a quote here. And I used to be paralyzed by fear. And the quote says, feed your faith and your fears will starve to death. So recently, earlier this year, I decided to put the wolf on my calf. And I decided to put the darkest wolf of all. And the darkest wolf is my love wolf. The fear wolf is actually white with red eyes. And I used to see it all the time. I do honor the indigenous practices of the first people, especially in this country, because I live here. Even though my bloodline, both of my parents and both of my grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents, great-great-great-great-grandparents, great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents all stem from Cuba, but my lineage is from the Taino culture, especially from my father's bloodline, and coming to find out from my mother's bloodline, my grandmother and her family were from the Tenerife Islands, the Guanches tribe from Spain. So I do identify as Cubana, Indigena, Cuban indigenous, but I do not live in Cuba. Cuba is a communist country, as you guys know. I am first generation Cuban American. So those who came before me, such as my parents and my grandparents, they came from Cuba. So I am first generation Cuban American, and I'm proud of that. I do love what this country has been able to give me, but it has definitely mistreated the Native American people, the first peoples of this indigenous culture. So I honor the indigenous ways, and I've studied a lot with Native American mythology. Matter of fact, all of my smudges, sages, and wands, and all my herbs usually come from indigenous tribes here in the Americas. I can purchase them somewhere else and I can get them cheaper, of course, but I purchase them from specific tribes because they actually get blessed by grandmother medicine there, and I'm grateful for that. They've taken a liking to me. I have a lot of friends who are indigenous. I have a lot of people who call me sister and I call them brother, who are indigenous as well, and I love the two-spirit community. I love everything that has to do with indigenous, and because I am stepping into my Taino culture and grasping that, like me and my husband, we honor our Taino culture. My husband is Taino as well. He's from Puerto Rico. He was born in Puerto Rico. Matter of fact, we're going there soon. So we're going to be tapping into our own indigenous practices and doing what we got to do. But the beautiful thing about midnight is that the midnight card is telling us to tap into our darkness. Midnight is not all bad. Not all darkness equates to evil, and not all light equates to good. So that being said, if you see, hear, or feel things between midnight or 3 a.m. for some of y'all who call it the witching hour, whatever time it is, and it's in the dark, open your eyes, ask for help, ask for your team to come through, ask for recognition, ask for clarity, ask for help, because they can't get involved in any way, shape, or form unless you ask for help or you give them permission to intercede on your behalf. But darkness is not all bad. Remember, you were created in darkness. You were in your mama's womb from 7 to 9 months, if you are a preemie, or even 6 to 9 months, whatever the case is. But you were created in the dark. You were living in darkness until you were born from your mother's womb. So guess what? If you were created and you are amazing as you are created, if you were created in the dark, then you can survive the darkness. So don't let the darkness trip you up. Tap into your power. And if things are coming to you at that time frame and you don't like being woken up, guess what? You can tell them it's time for y'all to go to bed, because I'm going to bed. You can communicate with me during my dream time or my meditation time. Place those boundaries. And yes, you can place boundaries with spirits too. Sometimes they don't listen, but the more you enforce your boundaries, the better it is. I hope I helped. I hope I put some things in perspective, and I hope it made you feel better. Love to work with you, but as always, listen to that intuition no matter what, even if you don't work with me, because I'm not for everyone and everyone's not for me. But like I said, check out my event tonight. Check out my event on, I don't know why I'm saying tonight. It was yesterday. Check out my event on Saturday, the monthly community reading. It's $20 per person, and would love to have you. But check it out and see if you want to work with me. If not, it's all good too. Limited availability for the month of October, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.